For latest updates, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.
Hello everyone, my name is Viren Dayal. I'm a custom broker and an LSC certified trainer, and today I'm going to talk to you in detail about not only the Customs Act but how the Custom Department is obliged to follow allied acts which are also important and necessary in terms of compliance when goods are imported into India or exported from India. So friends, those of you who are familiar with the word in the Customs Act, any other law for the time being in force. So any other law for the time being in force is essentially and basically talk about the allied laws. So allied laws they start with the department's responsibility to introduce border control measures and for the proper enforcement of the Customs Act and other acts as well, what are known as allied laws. Then in the allied acts, the second section which I'm going to talk about is the IPR laws, the intellectual property rights laws, which protect the right holder in case there's an import or export of any counterfeit goods from India. The third part which I'm going to talk about are the foreign exchange laws, the COFE POSA, and how these laws are relevant for the purpose of carrying out the main function of regulating foreign exchange inflow and outflow from India, and more so COFE POSA, which is conservation of foreign currency, and so on. Then I'm going to talk about the importance of various wildlife protection laws and the food safety laws, the law pertaining to governing the import and export of textiles into India, and the plant quarantine, the animal quarantine laws which are necessary when goods of such a nature are imported into India. Last but not the least, I'm going to talk about the protection of antiquities, the treasures of India, for which various laws have been made. So all these various allied laws are important to know for the custom officers as well as for us as a trade, that what is allowed to be imported, what is allowed to be exported, and what are the compliance features which the importer and the exporter or the trade at large has to adhere to. So let us begin how the custom officers tackle these kind of situations. So the first and the foremost, when any import comes into India or goods are to be exported, the custom department as such reads the ITCHS, that is the Indian Trade Classification Harmonized System of Nomenclature, a book which has been published by the Ministry of Commerce. Since the Ministry of Commerce is the trade body and governs the import and export into India, the ITCHS gives an direct overview of whether this particular commodity is allowed to be imported or exported, or whether it is prohibited or restricted. And if there are any restrictions, what are the compliances which the importer and exporter need to know. And this is essentially what allied laws talk about. Thank you.
For detailed learning of all logistics subjects, visit www.logiveda.com.